Hi, my name is Teresa, and you have stopped by the Timeless Women channel. Why is this called Timeless Women? Because we are timeless. We are at an age where we've done all of our stuff, we've raised our kids, did our jobs, and done everything. It's time for us to start living. Our sun is not falling, it is rising. We have plenty of time to live, and now is our time. So I come on here and I talk about things that us over 40, 50, 60 and beyond deal with. And I'm going to be 60 in January of 2026. So there's some things that I like to share with you. And I'm not going to really always talk about anti-aging because we're not going to anti-age. We're not going to get out of here alive. No one ever does. So there's nothing wrong though is just looking and feeling your best in your skin no matter what. So I want to tell you what I do to combat crepey skin. And I just did my hands last night and I did my legs. And I want to show you what I do. There's a lot of things if you're on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, especially TikTok, they're doing a lot of peptides, internal shots, systemically. And I'm going to do a video on that because I don't really believe in that right now because they haven't been proven. I don't think they're FDA approved. And they're doing DIY. So you can just go online and buy peptides because they say they anti-age or they do reduce inflammation or whatever. And all that is great. And now they're doing stacks. So now you're doing multiple peptides. And all that is great, but if it's not doctor regulated, like how do you know it's not affecting your liver or your heart or something like that? Now I know a peptide is not a hormone, so it's not like you're doing steroids or anything like that, but I still think we have to be very, very careful because, once you see, if you're on a feed on TikTok and you like what you see or you're on that too long, you know how the algorithm shows you every other video is how you can take peptides and you can feel and look your best. But they don't tell you sometimes you have to rotate or stagnate or alternate, and we don't know that without a doctor. So one finally said, oh, you have to do this only for 10 days, you can't do it for 30 days. I was thinking in my mind, maybe I should try this glow stack because it's gonna make me glow, but I didn't realize that you have to I forgot the name of it, but you have to alternate, so there's some long-term things. So if you're ever going to do peptides, I would definitely get them monitored and talk to someone like your healthcare provider, your doctor that knows a lot about peptides. And I really don't think that a lot of doctors do. My doctor is my HRT doctor. I've known him for 40 years. He was my doctor that gave me my first pap smear, delivered both of my babies, and he knows a lot, but he doesn't really know much about peptides. So you really have to get with a healthcare provider that knows peptides, knows how to monitor them, knows how to do blood work, knows how to, get you on and off the cycling. I think it's called cycling. Anyways, let's talk about crepey skin that you can do at home. I used to do it in my 20s and 30s and even 40s like clockwork. I would do it every 4 to 6 weeks. There probably wasn't a time where I didn't have some kind of wound going, and that was okay. But then I got in my 50s and I was like, I just don't have time for this. I want to start living. I don't really care as much as I used to because I feel good in my skin. I don't need my skin to look like I'm 20, 30, whatever, 40. I just want to feel as good as I can, and that means supplementing, eating right, moving my body, and taking some care of my skincare. But you can go to the doctor and you can get laser treatments, which are expensive. You get all this new technology, but in the end, over time and consistency, you can kind of do this yourself. Like if you're gonna go get laser on your face or something, if you do a chemical peel, you can do the same thing over time. Now, when you get the laser, you'll get that in one shot, right? You'll get the downtime, your healing time, and you'll get that one result, and that'll be fast. But that takes money and it takes downtime. And when you do a chemical peel, if you do like 8 to 10 over maybe a 1 year period, you will get almost the same result. I've been doing them for, like I said, decades. I've never gotten laser or anything like that, and I think my skin looks pretty good for my age. Now, I'm sitting by a window, the lighting, I have no lighting, so this is not, a true sense of my skin, but I gotta tell you that I swear by chemical peels. So if you're gonna go to the doctor, you're gonna get all that done with them, then go to them, but this might be some maintenance for you, or this might be something you wanna do DIY because you can't afford all those treatments, or you don't want the downtime, or you just wanna do it yourself. So what I suggest is doing a chemical peel. You can do it on your inner arms. You can do the chemical peel from head to toe. but most of us do it in the areas that bother us, like our inner arms get crepey, our arms under here get crepey, our chest gets crepey, our neck gets crepey, our face gets crepey. You can even do a peel where you take a Q-tip and dip it in there, and you can do under the crepiness of your eyes. That helps so much. That's how I keep the wrinkles away from my eyes. You can do it everywhere. Okay, so that's one of the things. If you do a chemical peel, now on your body, it's thicker, the skin, so it's gonna take like 10 to 14 days to peel. You're gonna look down and say, oh my god, it looks like Elmer glue. You're gonna look really weird, and you're gonna almost get this feeling of like, why did I do this? But once it peels, you'll be like, oh, now I know why I did this. And it's it's like I said, it takes longer, but you can do them more often. So when you do a peel, and in 14 days or sooner, if it peels, then wait about a week and you can do another one on your body. Your face is different. You don't want to do a peel more than every 4 weeks at least, because your face has different skin cells in your body, and your face will peel faster. So you do a chemical peel. This is my company, Perpetual Youth Skincare, and we have a Gessner peel. Now, if you do a chemical peel on your face, it's going to turn over and it's going to peel within a couple of days, and your downtime will be just a day or two, if even that, depends on how many layers you go. And then you leave it alone, and over time, those 3 or 4 weeks, it's going to create that collagen, elastin, and all that. You don't want to interrupt it by doing a bunch of stuff like microneedling and more chemical peels and things like that. So you want to give it time. That's one of the things that people don't do. They don't give their DIY time. They disrupt that collagen production process, and they cause inflammation, and inflammation causes more wrinkles. So we don't want to do that. We want to give it time. So on your face, you will do more layers. You can do it less often because the collagen, your skin is thicker. You can do it more often, but it takes longer to peel, and it takes longer for that collagen production to happen. So in between, so if you do a peel, then you would do maybe 2 weeks later, you could do some microneedling. I did this last night on my hands. It's a little bit red, you can see there. Like I said, my lighting is not good, and I've been working on these brown spots. But this right here is the microneedling that I do, and this is the Dr. pen. You can go on Amazon and get a lot of pens. Just put microneedling pen, and I do 0.05, no 0.5, whatever. No, 0.5, whatever. And then you're going to do that, and then you're going to turn this up to 1.0. If you do it on your hands, you're going to do the lowest one because your skin is so damn thin, you know. So you're going to do the lowest you can, and you're going to use a good serum. I have Perpetual Youth. You can use anybody's serum. I have a hyaluronic acid with epidermal growth factor, and the hyaluronic acid, what it does, it helps with glide. You don't want to do this on dry skin because you'll drag it and you'll scratch your skin, and you want to use that as glide. And then the epidermal growth factor in there helps it heal really fast. I'm coming out with a copper peptide, hyaluronic acid, and a growth factor. It's going to be a game changer, and we're going to have that coming up. So you want to do your microneedling on your hands maybe every 2 to 4 weeks, and you just want to do it lightly, because over time, with consistency, you will get that good. And go across here, these wrinkles right here, they get deeper and deeper. And one place people forget to do microneedling and peeling is right here in the crevice of your neck. We'll do peels, we'll do whatever, but we forget this crevice, so we get this like wrinkling, crepey kind of curtain skin. Do this and do your peel in there. You will not regret it. And also, you can do the inner part of your arms with your Glide serum. You can do underneath your arms to tighten it, and of course do your weights, because I'm just noticing, my gosh, I need to do more tricep extensions. But you can do inside your arm, on your arm. You could do your chest to create collagen. There are so many things that you can do to create collagen. Do your microneedling, do your peels, do them consistently. So every 4 weeks, every 2 weeks, until you get your skin the way you want. And then with that, you're always going to want to protect that new skin, and you want to use sunscreen. This is our Radiant Glow. This is Perpetual Youth. It's not only at the SPF 30, but it's an antioxidant, and it's also a skin prep for your makeup. So before you put your makeup on, you'll put this on as your last step, and then it'll just mattify your makeup, and that's what I have on. It's not greasy or anything like that. So also then at night, you want to turn over that skin that you use, and you don't want to use this. You want to use your Retin-A, but you don't want to use it when you're doing your microneedling, right? Or your peel. You want to wait a little bit for that to heal, maybe a day or two, and then you can get back on this. This is a game changer. If I had nothing else, even my skincare, I would only use Retin-A. Now, you can take your Retin-A at night, and you can put it a little bit in your lotion, and you can use it on your hands and your arms. but it takes a heck of a lot more consistency because Retin-A doesn't penetrate the thicker skin like it does the face and the neck and the chest. So those are the things that help me a lot with crepey skin. Also exercising and not eating too much sugar, because the sugar breaks down collagen, and collagen will make your skin like crepey and, you know, and all that. And staying hydrated. I do what I'm not gonna say what Jesus does because I don't want those to get people to get mad at me, but I drink two things: wine and water. And I just lots and lots and lots of water. And I also supplement with vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. I take hyaluronic acid. I take vitamin D and K, very important for your skin. I take so many supplements, and I'll be doing that video too. And it's important to know how to take them. You can't just take a handful because some of them start to compete with each other, especially if you're on blood pressure or thyroid medicine or your calcium and things like that. You want to, you know, break that into several hours in the daytime. So anyways, I want to tell you that's why I made this video. Is just if you have crepey skin and you just want to get it tighter, do these things at home. You will see at least a 50% improvement. If you want to go a step further, then go to your dermatologist or your plastic surgeon and get those advanced things done. But like I said, they're very, very expensive and there is downtime. So anyways, these 4 things will be a game changer for you, and I hope that helps, and I will talk to you next time.